Well, okay, this has to be one of my favorite units. Actually, I like all the units of this class. This is a very, very busy week with a lot to read and a lot of work. Okay, the course is a little tiny bit uneven at this point. I think this is the biggest week in terms of just having to buckle down and get the work done. Okay, so the theme for the week, the goal is it's about culture and identity, and the question becomes how do authors treat the way we form our own identity. How do we create our own identity? Do we get our identity from the culture that we're within? All right. Do we get it from the society that we're within? Do we get it from the media, right? Or do we have control over forming our own identity? And these authors go through that pretty thoroughly. Okay. So a couple of things. One is there's a we need to think about poetry in this unit. So I'm going to scroll down here to the actual videos. This is a very important video you need to watch. They're short, all right? What makes a poem a poem? Exactly what is a poem? And in this unit, I also present music, okay? Music is lyrics. Are lyrics poetry? Okay, so we get some, I try to make this course interesting by presenting some music from, kind of from my day, all right? A lot of folk music I have here, okay? Then there's a video about, we're talking about culture and identity. So, we talk about Asians a lot, all right? Don't forget, most of you know by now that I used to teach for Trine in China and also in Malaysia, all right? And particularly Malaysia is a very, very multicultural country. China is not so multicultural, but certainly very Chinese. I've also spent a lot of time in Japan. I've spent time in South Korea. And we often tend to lump, quote, Asians together, and that's wrong. Don't do that, okay? Asians are different from each other as Americans are different from each other, okay? We don't need to go into that in great detail here. Here's a terrific video of Joan Baez singing a song about immigrants, immigration, about being deported, all right? Very important video about how to read short stories. I cause you to do that in one of the quizzes. This is a terrific video. It's very short. Does the media create a certain body image, right, that makes it very hard for us to attain this idea of beauty? What is beauty today? And very, very briefly, I want to tell you that the media kind of dominates our images of beauty. And over the centuries, what constitutes beauty has really changed, all right? So it's not fixed, it's not stagnant. There's not one perception of beauty that's totally accurate, okay? So this is a very, very interesting video. I think you'll like it. Pride is a beautiful poem about a wedding, about a young woman realizing that she's gay, okay? And what does that mean to her, all right? This is a very interesting video by one of the poets down later here about don't just look at things in terms of binary, like either or. Like when you're looking at culture, not everything fits into one notch. That's what that video is about. Raisin, that's not spelled correctly. A raisin in the sun, a raisin like a grape, okay? Movie trailer. I just want to show you what the play looks like. Further down, there's the actual play to read. A very famous play from the 50s, early 60s about what it was like to be African American and the conflicts you had during the time of great segregation. All right, conflicts you had in the time of great segregation. If you're not familiar with APA in-text citations, here's a great video about making that easy, okay? Then here's two presentations about what the Chinese immigration experience to America has been like. America would not be what it is today without Chinese immigrants, all right? And the same with Mexican immigration, okay? So these are web pages. They're not as long as they look. They just kind of walk you through what those people's experience coming over here and how important they were to the development of our own country as a nation, okay? Poem about what's an illegal alien, okay, right? A poem about being a Native American, okay? All right, song lyrics. This is the lyrics to the song by Joan Baez I mentioned earlier. Here's a poem by Achi Obajages who talks about don't define everything as single, just one story, okay? Walt Whitman, famous, maybe you read him in high school, singing about the body, okay? Poetry about the body. Phenomenal Woman, Maya Angelou, same thing. Homage to My Hips, same kind of thing, all right? This is the actual poem by Joanna Hoffman. I told you about Pride. Theme for English B, very, very short poem about Langston Hughes, about being African-American, okay? Native American story. Interview with Tommy Orange here. And then here's the actual play, Raisin in the Sun. So the big things to read for this unit are the play. It's 46 pages long. It goes very quickly. All right, it's a play. All right, they go fast. Then here are two terrific short stories by Annie Proulx. And Annie Proulx is famous for writing what we would call westerns, but they're modern westerns. They're not so much about cowboys. They're about ranchers in the Wyoming area, that part of the West. All right, and about the different kinds of modern encounters that they have. All right, with society and with culture, with hard times and hardships. So you might be familiar with Brokeback Mountain. If the theme here makes you uncomfortable, okay, I'd still recommend reading it. But if that makes you too uncomfortable, all right, the short story Tits Up in a Ditch, same author, fantastic story. Veterans should particularly read this one, okay, or people with military families, that kind of thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful short story. Both short stories are beautiful, okay, but I give you a choice here. Then the assignments are busy. This is not correct. Okay, I got to change that. There's no discussion form. So there are 3 quizzes. They cause you to read some of the material. Okay, they're short. They're essay-style quizzes, 1, 2, and 3. But they're going to take some time. They take some thinking. And I grade these on development. Did you use good examples, good specifics, and did you refer directly to the works? I want to see you bring the works in. Show me that you've listened to or read the material. All right, prove to me that you have by bringing it actually into your comment, responses here in the quizzes. Here's the week 2 essay. Let's click here. Very similar to the week 1 essay. I'm looking forward to grading those, by the way. I haven't started yet. I'll do that tomorrow, Tuesday. Okay, so very simple. Pick one of the short stories and 2 or 3 of the other readings. It could be the play, right? Or it could be the poems or the web pages, whatever you want. But pick one of the 2 short stories by Annie Proulx and write about this. Explore your own identity and what you see as your own identity development in terms of what the literature here presents. So I'm asking you to talk about yourself, your identity, and the literature all at the same time. Bring it all together. Use APA citing. Use lots of examples, okay? This says in a 4-page or more APA essay, and I really mean 4 pages, double spaced, okay? Don't add extra spacing, please. I know when you're kind of trying to fudge it, don't do that. And the reason I have 4 pages, okay, is that I'm asking you to develop and illustrate your writing and your thinking, okay? And you do that by bringing the works directly into your writing. Don't let the quotes do the writing for you. Make your point, okay, and then use the literature, what I've presented here in the Moodle, to bring it in and show how you arrived at that point, okay? So quotes from the material illustrate your points. They don't make your points, okay? I hope you see the difference there, right? Okay, so here's the rubric, right? Tells you what an A looks like, that kind of thing. It says use direct quotes with proper citations to illustrate and develop your points. We're doing APA, and that's why I have that video about APA in-text citations made easy. So I think that's pretty much it. I think I'm rambling on. I don't want to do that. Okay. By the way, I've gone through, I think, all of your introductions. If I missed some, I apologize. It's a very eclectic class we have here. We have students from all over. This is terrific. Okay. It's a multicultural class, and it's from multiple universities. So congratulations. I'm really pleased with what I see so far, and I'm looking forward to grading your essays. And you'll hear back from me tomorrow at the very latest on that, tomorrow being Tuesday. Okay. So, hey, enjoy. Good luck. That kind of thing.